Welcome to the Conversations in Colons podcast. I'm your host, Damien, my co host, Jared.
Hey, what's
And Jared, I hear that
up?
you have some topics you would like to talk about.
I hope you choke and die. Yeah.
No,
So
I got
topic
topics. Don't worry about it.
number one.
Coronavirus. It is causing a big deal right now for us gamers because GDC was just closed down and E3 might be canceled. So apparently, a lot of companies are going to start doing like their own, like Sony does like their own press conference. So they're going to
Yeah.
most likely do that, but with nobody in it. Um,
Wow.
in France, I think there's not allowed to be. You can't have over 5,000 people in one space. So like soccer games are being, shown on TV with nobody in the stadium. Uh, and a lot of companies, like I think Insomniac and stuff like that, they're sending people home and having them work from home. So yeah, so coronavirus, man. I think E3 is the big one, but
Yeah.
I don't even think it's that big of a deal. But it's whatever.
Yeah.
Um, so there was another topic. Half Life. The Last of Us is getting its own TV show on HBO.
The Last of Us?
Yeah, so it is being helmed by the creator of The Last of Us and the game director Neil Druckmann. He is working on the guy who wrote Chernobyl. So
Really?
they're coming together. They're making a show. I don't think it has a release date or anything like that. I think they just started working on it. But I feel like that can make a really good TV show. I mean, if like The Walking Dead was really good for like 4-5 seasons. So kind of the same atmosphere, zombies more intense because it's going to be two people. It's going to be the guy and the girl. I forget their names.
Joel
Joel,
and
and fucking Deborah. That's what we're going to call her.
no, it's fuck,
It's
I can
Ellie.
see it. It's Ellie.
Yeah. So another thing that happened today, well, technically last night. We're recording on a Thursday. So a streamer named
Damien's
Soar
a lazy piece
Carl,
of shit.
he was a part of the sniping team Soar, or the I guess just Team Soar. He was streaming last night on Twitch, and he started talking about how he has money, and he pulled out his pistol and he racked the slide back, and then he racked it again twice, and he thought that the gun was cleared, and he shot a bullet on Twitch. He lost his team, so Soar kicked him. His Twitch is suspended, I think, indefinitely. And yeah, so
For why?
well, because he accidentally fired off a gun in his stream, on his stream.
Who cares?
I mean, it's a pretty big deal.
I mean, accidentally firing a gun in a house, yeah, but why does it matter? Because it happened on Twitch.
Well, because Twitch has a no guns policy.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought there were people who did
Well,
like fucking.
you can like be outside and doing it, but it was in his house at his desk, and he was playing around with it.
Really?
Yeah, because he was like, he's sitting there like, oh, you don't think I got money? He pulls it out. He racks a slide back. You see a shell. You see, obviously the bullet come out, and then he racks it back again. You see another one come out, and then he shoots because he thought the gun was cleared. You have to take out the mag for the gun to be cleared once you rack it back again. But yeah, so he's lost like everything. I don't know if Twitch is going to permanently ban him.
That's stupid.
I mean, Twitch doesn't permanently ban people who throw their cats and kick their cats and give their cats vodka. So, yeah, I don't know.
So you don't think you think there's a good chance he won't be permanently banned?
I think there's a good chance he'll be permanently banned off the website. If he was a girl with tits, he'd be back today.
Oh,
But other than that, like,
personally, I don't see what the fuck. I don't see a problem. I mean, I've seen people. I don't know if it's recent, but I used to see people stream on Twitch, like shooting guns and stuff, and like doing
well,
like
yeah, but it's just the
showing them
thing.
off.
The gun
Like I
shooting
get,
isn't bad. It's just that he did it in a house, not meaning to shoot the gun, and he was playing around with it.
well, yeah, that's fine, but an accident. He shouldn't get like. No one was hurt. I don't understand what the problem is.
Yeah.
Twitch is I think Twitch is handicap, and when it comes to like a lot of the rules they have, it's almost as bad as the YouTube like not giving people money like they should be.
Yeah. The I think it's the same people who made Dota 2 and stuff like that. Not League of Legends. Maybe it's the League of Legends people. They made their own first-person shooter called Valorant. It was originally called Project A. Now it's called Valorant,
Hmm.
and it is Overwatch and CS:GO put together.
Hmm.
So the abilities are like they don't make that big of a difference, which is how abilities should be when it comes to like a very strategic game, because think it has the shooting of CS:GO basically and like the mechanics
Yeah.
of CS:GO. So you
Yeah.
can't have overpowered abilities because then people have pinpoint accuracy. If let's say there's an ability to where like I don't know, it shakes your screen. Well, that person's at a huge disadvantage than the person, whatever. So
Yeah.
there's abilities like this guy creates like two walls, and in between the walls is like water. So like you swim in that, and you can use it as like kind of like a smoke because you can't see into it. And there's other abilities, but the basic mechanics are of CS:GO, which is nice. CS:GO has decent mechanics for being a game that's like 15 years old or whatever. And so that's a beta that's coming out in summer. So we'll get to play that. It's only
Cool.
on PC right now, I think. I don't know if it's going to consoles, but so my question to you, Jared, is if you were making a first-person shooter game like, let's say, CS:GO, okay?
Yeah.
What are like the key things you think a game needs to be popular enough to also become a competitive esports as big as CS:GO? Because CS:GO is probably the main one besides like League, but we're talking about FPS wise.
I'd say just listening to your fan group, like, or listening to your players, like people who play the game, people who what a community, listen to your
Yeah.
community. That's really all I could think of.
Nothing, no other key like details, features, stuff like that.
No, because I feel like you need to listen to what your community wants for the game to be played, but you also need to listen to what they want, because if you're updating things that no one gives a shit about, then you're updating a game for no one.
Yeah.
That's really like listening to community, I think, is key.
I think for me, if I was making like a big game, I think it would have to be free to play. The CS:GO, Apex, Fortnite, all these big games are free to play. You'll have to have regular updates weekly, at least, or every 2 weeks, like Fortnite or Apex. Well, Apex is every like 6 months or whatever. But CS:GO, I know they don't really do updates, but I know back in the day they were pretty on top of it.
Yeah.
And I do think that you have to, and when I think Call of Duty's done bad, is you have to understand that there's gonna be players naturally better at the game than most, and the way people get better at video games is by playing and watching people who are better, because they take in their tactics. That's how I've gotten so good at Call of Duty, for example. I've been watching competitive Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 3, so I've picked up those tactics. And even like with the new Modern Warfare, I watch all the Call of Duty League stuff. So, and if I'm playing Search, I just do what they do, and it helps me get better. Now,
Yeah.
aim and stuff like that, that's obviously on you. That's mechanical skill. You have to figure that out. But
Yep.
I think what Call of Duty's done wrong is like skill-based matchmaking, to where you're playing people on the same field. If you're not going up against better people constantly, or not even constantly, but enough to where it makes a difference, you're never going to get the best. Like, you'll never become the best player that you can be. So for me, I definitely think I would have to make it to where like the whole game has like a ranking system and something to climb through, so that there's a progression for each player. Like Rocket League, I feel like most of the people play ranked. And that's how I feel like Call of Duty should be. You should be ranked, and then you play with those people in ranked. And as you get better, you climb out of those ranks and you face better and better people, and eventually you get to the top and your pro status or whatever. That's a natural evolution for me. So
Yeah.
I think Valorant needs to, because CS:GO does that too or whatever. They need to be, for the game to be popular, I think they really need to lean in on the competitive aspects and say, listen, if you're not good, still play ranked. This is an avenue for you to get better, and obviously go from there. That's why I don't think Call of Duty is going to ever put ranked back in the games, because I feel like they don't want people to, I mean, they are very like noob friendly now. They add stuff that's very noob friendly. And instead of just having people go up against each other like back in the day. There was matches like in Modern Warfare 3, I'm sure you remember, Jared. There was matches where we would smoke people, and there was matches where we would get smoked. But you learn from the matches where you get smoked.
Yep.
So I do think Valorant needs to be kind of on the ball with that at least. But I guess there's like nothing huge going on besides, like, we talked about Doom coming out in a few weeks. That looks amazing. I keep watching like features on it. Animal Crossing. I think that's it.
Minecraft Dungeons is coming soon.
Yeah, I don't think they still have given. I know they just dropped a trailer recently, but they've never given like a full release date, at least not to my knowledge. By the way, there is a Minecraft glowstone table lamp now.
What?
Yeah. At Target, $25. Starts typing. So Minecraft Dungeons is coming out in April 2020.
April 2020?
Yeah.
Do you know a day yet? Because
It just says
it's only $25 at Target.
yeah.
Hey, hon, we're going to Target tomorrow after the movie. Yeah, she's not answering me.
So Minecraft Dungeons will have 2 editions. The base game is just $20. Or you can get a $30 special Hero Edition, and it will come with 2 DLCs.
Yes, I'm getting that version.
Yeah, I'll pay the $30 for it.
Might as well. I mean, I'm not like I'm paying $80 for something stupid like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is dope. When did this come out?
I don't know. I just got a thing. Like, I just saw it when I typed in that.
If it's not at Target when I go, I'm gonna be pissed.
Just order it.
Because there's a Minecraft. Here, come here. Come look.
I really don't want to go.
It's a Minecraft glowstone table lamp. See? You can't see it because you're sitting there looking at me.
So I guess moving on to the next topic, we get away from the Minecraft stuff. Final Fantasy dropped its demo, and before I talk about the demo itself and what, obviously a lot of people think, I really have to talk about. Let me pull it up first, because I really have to talk about this Kotaku writer. So there was a Kotaku writer who was complaining that the game was too hard. And let me pull it up real quick. Yeah, so the demo dropped a few days ago, right? And so he tweets out, "Wow, did that Final Fantasy VII Remake demo actually send my interest plummeting? I have basically zero idea how to play that first boss fight. A million interlocking systems all thrown at you at once. Make sure to attack, but also heal, but also you can't heal, but also use magic, but also you can't use magic, but also make sure to stagger the enemy, but also he doesn't stagger, he hides behind walls." So what I gathered from this, watching the videos of the demo, the way the fights work is, so they're move based, right? When the original one came out, it was move based or turn based. Okay, so you would have to, like Pokemon, for instance, you would have to like do one thing at a time. So you do magic to like lower his health, and then the next set you attack. I'm guessing it's similar. I haven't played the demo, but I'm guessing it's the same way in that way for the demo.
Yeah.
And it's funny how Kotaku, a gaming related website, they always talk about games, is sitting there complaining about how hard a game is when it's a demo and it's the first boss fight. Maybe things like, I was thinking about this earlier. Would we prefer things to be super easy? Because Kotaku are the people who will call a game bad because it's super easy, but then they're going to call a game bad because it's somewhat difficult. Like Dark Souls is an extreme bad, like a extreme hard game. Don't get me wrong. Like I get that, like thinking it's bad because you physically can't beat the boss. Whatever. That's a game that takes time and skill. But like a game that like you die to a boss a few times, like I don't get why you're mad at that. Sometimes things in life need to be difficult, because if the game's super easy, then you're going to complain about how it's super easy.
I don't know who these people are, but they sound like I'm not going to listen to anything they say about video games anyway. So
Yeah. Yep.
who fucking cares what they say?
So back to the demo. I guess a lot of people are disappointed, and obviously the way this works is so this Final Fantasy VII remake is part 1 of like a few parts. So they're splitting the original game into a few parts. This game is about 12 to 15 hours long, I think they said, and then it kind of ends. I don't know where in like the original game it ends. I think once he leaves the city, and then you have to wait for part 2, and then once that ends, you wait for part 3, and that'll probably be the ending of like the first game. So a lot of people I know are still disappointed in that, but apparently it's disappointing. But I don't know. We'll just have to see. I'm still waiting for Minecraft Dungeons. God, I want that game.
Facts. The only game that's going to be good.
I mean, Doom.
Oh yeah, Doom too.
Doom looks fucking insane.
Yeah, Doom does look pretty good.
I'm so excited for it. And I was watching Doom videos today. So fucking you know how in Borderlands you have like a hub, like you go back to the ship and you can like manage your inventory and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now Doom has that.
Really?
And it's cool because like his like man cave or whatever has like different kind of guitars hanging that are like made out of like demon skeletons and stuff. But
awesome.
You can get upgrades through there. They have 3 different cosmetic items that you can get. You can get the Doom 2016 skin. You can get the original Doom skin from Doom 1 back in like 1992 or whatever. And then there's like a futuristic like tribal warrior Doom skin, Doomslayer skin. Those are like one of the 3 that they announced, and there's so many different like upgrades you can do now. Like your shotgun, you can have an ability where like you shoot out like this blast of light and then it explodes on them, or you can have that and you can have your shotgun turn into like a fully automatic fucking like a AA-12 in the sense, like the barrel's fucking spinning and you're just going ham. So that game looks amazing. And they also have these areas, I forget what they call them. Think of like God of War. They had the Valkyries, which are like this really hard boss you would fight. Doom has something like that. I forget what they call it, but it's like a wave. So you have to go into this area and survive the wave. And when you survive the wave, you get like this key. And I think there's 12 of them. And when you get all 12 keys, you get the most overpowered gun Doom's ever had in his series. I forget the name of the gun, but it's in Doom 2. And it's only ever been in Doom 2. And it would basically like one-shot any enemy in the game. So it gives you something to work for, but I'm excited for that game.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yep. But honestly, guys, nothing's really going on. We were thinking about canceling this week, to be honest with you, just because there's
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about it. There's not enough going on right now. It's kind of like we're about to get into that like non-stop action part of the year, because once Doom comes out, like E3 is like 2 months away if it's still happening. But PlayStation's supposed to announce their PS5 soon, like show off more stuff. So we'll be able to talk about that. Movies are slow, like nothing really happening right now. Yeah. So we're still playing Call of Duty.
Because it was kind of like a last minute short notice thing. No drink of the week this week. Yeah. Damien probably wouldn't have had one. I actually went out and bought a whole bunch of stuff for the podcast, and gonna have to put it off another week to use.
Interesting fun fact. Maybe I'll start doing this a week. Do you know Michael Jackson's an uncredited producer on the Sonic Hedgehog 3 soundtrack? Welcome for that. Yeah, I think that's it for this week.
Yep.
Well, this has been the Conversation in Colons podcast, and I will see you next week.
Bye.